Alright guys, today's the day. Finally, we're putting the supercharger in the car. We're gonna bolt it down, get it in its final resting place. We're gonna get the lid assembled, the fuel injectors installed, and see what this thing looks like under the hood. We're one step closer to making some noise with this thing. We gotta put the gaskets on. They give you a few rivets. There's a recess where the rivet goes through. You want that facing out. So that the rivet will sink into it. If you have it the other way, the rivet's going to be sticking out, so we don't want that. There's two small holes where the rivets go. One's elongated and one's round. We'll start with the round one first. Before we slap the supercharger on here, we got to organize these wires a little bit. This needs to be actually under this pulley and run in between the head and that pulley down out of the way. That'll give us more room to push it over to the side. Be careful not to pinch any of the wires because that thing's heavy and there's a bunch of wires going to be up on here under the front of it. We probably need to hook in our extensions and see where they're going to go. Get this thing all vacuumed and cleaned and we can get it nestled into place. Got the LSA nestled in place with help of the cherry picker here. Thought maybe I could do it one person job setting it in there, but that thing's heavy and it costs a lot of money. So we used the cherry picker, made it a little easier. We're gonna start now with putting these 10 bolts in with a little bit of blue thread locker right on the ends, just a little bit. If you got a magnet, I would highly recommend using a magnet to lower them in there because it goes straight into the engine if one of these slips out of your finger. But that's just what I'm doing. So we're getting there. Almost got it. So I just got this little screwdriver magnet. It's pretty strong. But as you can see, if you miss that one spot right there, it goes right down in there. So it's like, this could be a pain. It looks like it's easier just to do it this way though. All right, time to torque down these bolts. There's 10 of them. There's a sequence you have to do. You can find it online. It's right here too. And these are inch pounds. So you need the little torque wrench. Not very much on these guys. You don't want to distort the gaskets or anything like that. So let's get to tightening. We have to do it twice. So let's go. It's like 10 a.m. and it's like 90 degrees already. Florida's so hot. Well, I wanted to show you this. I've been this morning kind of putting this together. Never done it before, but we'll see. It's like some resin on top of a bunch of old baseball cards. Making it for my stepson. We'll see how it turns out. I've never done it, but they're kind of floating up. Maybe I should have glued them first. I don't know. It's got some like tape on the edges. We'll see how it turns out. It's still drying. But we've got it bolted down, it's torqued. We got to get on to the next steps, but it's getting there. Set the lid in there, look at that. Man, can't wait to hear this thing. 2.45 pulley, long tube headers. Man, this thing's gonna be sweet. Little tight up here. I mean, you can still get your finger under there, but I mean, this plastic piece is close, but nothing major. Started bolting down the fuel rail, got all snapped into place, but it's touching on this bracket right here. So I'm gonna take the fuel rail back off, maybe clearance this bracket just a little bit. I mean, it's not a lot of room, but we'll fix that before we get any further. You can see where we clearanced it, plenty of room for to get by there now. It's actually kind of touching the supercharger a little bit, I just noticed that. But we got it bolted down. Whew, yeah, it's pretty close. I wonder, might have to pull this up and grind a little bit off of that too. Now you can see there's a gap. Clearance that, clearance the bracket, got it all bolted down. You could see the factory fuel connection's not gonna reach. I'm like pulling on it, and so Boost District supplies a little extension, kind of get that connection taken care of. But she's looking good. So the kit comes with this fuel line extension. I hadn't really looked at it until today, but it doesn't extend your factory one, it replaces it. And I gotta get back up in there. If you can see, there's a connection right here. I gotta pop that clip off and swap out these lines. But if I had known, I would have done that before putting the supercharger in there. It's not a big deal, but just gotta swap these out. The new fuel line on, a little bend in it, but connects back there. Reaches without pulling, so that's good. Got all 3 belts on. Ended up using the Gates HD heavy duty belt. I wanted to use the RPM series belt, but it's like on back order, and this one was too big. Like it was at the very end of the travel on this, and this one's snug, so we'll be running the green HD one for now. Also went to plug in the throttle body, and this little thing was still all the way inside there. I guess it came off the old plug, so that was confusing me because it was way down in there. Gremlins like that'll get you. All right guys, the supercharger's installed, the lid's on, the injectors are in, we're one step closer. Bunch of odds and ends to take care of now, but if you haven't already, smash that like button and hit subscribe. Helps the channel out, helps me make more content for you guys. Also, if you haven't already, check out the website. Bunch of cool stuff on there. There's hats, t-shirts, I don't know, just check it out. Bunch of cool stuff on there. Couldn't do it without you guys. Stay tuned for more stuff on this LSA Caprice build. See ya.